Hello everyone. Today is Monday, October the 4th, 2022. My name is Shelly. This is my channel Proverbs 31:22, and I share all about my stitching life here on this channel. Let's move this so you can see more of the quilt behind me. So I am filming from Rogersville, Alabama. This is in the northwest corner of Alabama, in an area called the Shoals. We have lived here since 2003. Crazy. Originally born and raised in South Louisiana. And so, anyway, I like to cross stitch. I like to quilt. I do a little bit of diamond painting. I haven't done any in a while. Some crochet. I like things mostly like slow stitching, hand stitching. I do stuff with the machine with my quilts, but if I didn't have to, I wouldn't. As far as, like needing to get stuff done. So anyway, I'm glad you all are here today. We're starting FlossTube 109, and I'm going to share what I've been stitching, and then I'll talk a little bit, just a little bit of life update slash other stuff in my world at the end of this little clip. I do my videos as daily vlogs and upload 1 week's worth at a time. Usually, that's normally how it works. So, since I've seen you last on the last video, I did do more on this this BBD stocking from Home for the Holidays. This is the 5th and final stocking that I'm working on. And so I started this on Saturday the 1st to celebrate BBD weekend sale. And so, where'd it go? Here it is. So I did, they had it charted to have 2015 right here. And it's kind of from edge to edge, and I didn't feel like 2022 would fit because of the, being wider than a 1. With one of the 2s, being wider than 1. So what I did is I went to an earlier section in the book and just picked some smaller letters and numbers and did Xmas and then 2022. So this is a 32 count hand dyed by me linen, and I'm using my own over dyed floss choices. And I kind of looked a little bit, since hopefully I can have that one finished by December the 1st, by that first BBD weekend sale, I can get that finished, so then I can start sewing the stockings up. So I was kind of looking ahead a little bit to where they give the instructions for finishing it. And they use this Joyeux Noël by French General. And I realized, I was like, I think I have some of that. So several years ago, our East Lauderdale Quilters had a yard sale, and I picked up this this layer cake of that fabric. And so I've got plenty of things to choose from, do each one a different backing. So I'm excited about that. Look how pretty they are. Just look, there was a few of the red ones for you guys. They're just so gorgeous. Let's see. Let me see one of my other favorites. That's beautiful. So yeah, I'm excited to have the actual fabric that they used to finish those with. Okay, so that's what I stitched on Saturday. Yesterday, I spent some time kitting up. Let me see if I can find it. My winter ABCs. And this is from Little House Needleworks. I will start that this coming Saturday. And, you know, I talked in my last video about wanting to dye a fabric for it. Um, it seems like I do this. Like I'll think about, you know, oh, I want to dye a fabric for that. And then I get it dyed and then I decide I don't really like the colors they chose. So this looks very Christmassy to me with just the green and the red. And that's not what I want. It's winter ABC, so I want to be able to hang it up all winter long. So, I mean, I'm sticking with the fabric that I hand dyed in the blues, but these are the flosses that I chose. So there will be some red in it. The main letter floss will be this Victorian Motto North Pole Special. I've picked out some pretty like cypressy, Kentucky bluegrass greens. I've picked out some pinks and some purples. I still don't know, let's see. Let me see which one is going to be. I think this one right here is going to be my house. The only thing I haven't decided is what I'm going to do with the quilts. I don't know what I'm going to do with the quilt yet, but I've got quite a ways to go before I get to that part. But anyway, I'm glad to have that kitted up and over with. All those decisions made. So yesterday was my day to stitch on my temperature chart. This is from Apricot Polka Dot over on Etsy. And this is what I've gotten done. So I made it across the top right here and then going around this corner. This is a 14 count chalkboard black Ada from Wichelt. And I'm using her called for DMC flosses. 2 strands. So pretty. I love looking at it. So I was also supposed to stitch on my band sampler yesterday. I did not since I was kitting up my winter ABCs. And when I got done doing that and stitching on my temperature chart, I really didn't feel like stitching on the band sampler. I'm trying to finish each part like in one stitching session. And so, I don't know, that might sound stupid, but anyway, I'll just do it another Sunday. So I decided instead to get finished with my little Star Spangled Sheep. I think it's so cute. So, all I had was the rest. I had like half of the M and then the rest of the words in the star. So I got that finished last night. This is a 28 count Irish linen from Michaels. And I'm using my own choices of overdyes. So, yay, I got an FO. Part of my plans for October is to do some FFOing on Fridays. I'm off work on Fridays, and so I kind of want to go into it with an idea of what I want to get done. And what I want to get done this month for sure is that little Star Spangled Sheep piece, and then I have another patriotic piece from Fat Quarter Shops, so Stitch Quarterly, and it's called American Spirit. So that's another little patriotic piece that I just bought some fabrics to finish it with. I also have Fat Quarter Shops Stronger Together and Fat Quarter Shops Feels Like Home pieces that are FO'd that I had started gathering stuff a while back to FFO them and I never got around to it. So that's that. Okay, so as far as what we did this weekend, I had my stitch group on Saturday. We watched the LSU game on Saturday night against Auburn Tigers. So I always say I predict the Tigers are going to win. It was really like Oh, I don't know. Our guys play so rough at the beginning. They seem to like play really bad at the start of the games and then finish stronger. But I was watching them at the beginning. I was like, if this is what y'all look like against Auburn, what are y'all going to do against Alabama in a month? So, but anyway, they pulled it out of the end and had a good victory. Um, Yesterday, we watched the Saints game from London. That was a real heartbreaker because in the final seconds of the game, they had an opportunity to tie the game up with a field goal. And the guy had kicked a 60-yarder earlier, like just a few minutes before the end of the game. And so they weren't able to make any yardage to get him any closer than 61 yards. And he did his kick, and it looked like it was going to go through, and it hit the left upright and bounced and hit the crossbar and bounced and then fell outside of the crossbar. And so it was like, oh, so close, but they didn't make it. So woo-hoo. I watched some Yellowstone. Man, it's like a train wreck that you just cannot look away from. I watched some of that. I watched Chicago PD. I was waiting for Vandervalk to drop. It wasn't on Prime yet, and so I also need to know when All Creatures is starting again. I thought I had started already, but it's not been dropping into my Masterpiece channel on Prime, so I don't know. I need to go and look just through regular, like my YouTube or my Hulu and see. I have a billion services. I don't know. Is it any cheaper? Probably a little bit than, satellite was, but man, it sure is not any easier because you got to figure out what was I watching that on, what service. So anyway, I have rambled enough today. I've got to get my shoes on so I can get to work. Yeah, pray for me to have of course you won't see this till after the week's over with, but my check-in girl is out. My co-partner, whatever you want to call her, we work up front together. I work check-out, she works check-in. She's out all this week. Last week, it worked out okay. The doctor that usually works late, he stopped his days a little earlier than normal, and so it was like, worked till like 5-ish, and that's not bad. But, I've had it where I've worked 11-hour days with him when it was my late night, and it's pretty much my late night until Bree gets back next Monday. So, anyway, I need prayer to make it through this week and with my sanity and my health intact. So, okay, that's it for clip number 1. I'm going to let you go, and I will see you on the next clip. Bye, guys. Hey, everybody. So today's Tuesday, October 4th. This is actually the 4th. This is not, messed up yesterday. It was the 3rd, and I thought it was the 4th. So today should be a really quick update, but I did want to celebrate with you guys. Today is my 3rd FlossTube anniversary. 3 years I've been doing this. It's just incredible to believe, and I mean, time goes by fast when you're having fun, right? I mean, I could just talk stitching all day long to anybody who wants to listen. So, yeah, time flies when you're having fun. So, what I stitched on yesterday was Shannon Christine's Christmas Club, this one, Christmas Club 2022, the 12 Days of Christmas. And after stitching on this last night and only getting about 127 stitches into it, I realized that I'm going to have to change up my planned days a little bit. So this is what I got done. I did some more on this little ornament. I did part of this ornament. I did part of this flower, and I did the wattle and the comb. So this is a 28 count Cashel linen in the color black. I've stitched on black things before with Ada and not had a problem. I could, as long as I had magnification, I was okay. But with this fabric, it's very unevenly threaded. The threads are thick and thin. And so even with a lighted magnifier, I am having trouble seeing the holes when I don't have daylight. So I was going to stitch this piece, on Mondays for Christmas, Merry Monday, but I'm going to have to just not do that and stitch it on Saturday instead. And so I'll move my winter ABCs to Monday. Now this Saturday I'll stitch on my winter ABCs because that's what's on, since I already did part of this. I'll probably stitch on this too as well on Saturday. My hair is making me crazy, you guys. It just won't act right. Anyway, so I got very minimal stitching done on that. I did wake up a lot earlier than my alarm, and I don't know about you guys, but I just want more sleep. And so I woke up at 3 and really wanted to go back to sleep. I couldn't go back to sleep, and so I read for a little while around 4 and tried to go back to sleep around 4:30, which would have given me another sleep cycle. My alarm goes off at 6, and I was just tossing and turning, mind racing, hips hurting, and so I just went ahead and got up. And so I did a few things and only had about, I don't know, 5 to 10 minutes to stitch this morning. But I did put some stitches in this piece. This is Support Group from Lori Holtz, published by It's So Emma of Fat Quarter Shop. And this is in, not celebration, but in honor of Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And so I'm stitching it on a 27 count Linda. I believe it's pewter. I don't have the bag with me. I cut my piece off and just, tossed the rest of it aside to put away. So I am changing up colors. I am using anchor flosses. And so the first bra that I started working on, these are the 3 flosses that I'm using for that. So 49, 55, and 50. Oh, sorry, got that one turned the wrong way. 57. I need to white out the back of that floss tag. So I just got a little bit done on that first bra up in the upper right corner. I started in the upper right, and it went pretty fast. So I think I can meet my goal, which is to get a whole row across each week on Tuesdays. So I'm going to bring this to work, and whatever time I have to stitch at lunch, I will stitch on that. While the front desk person is out, I'm having to do the late nights and the delayed lunches for the doctor who goes a little over on both morning and evening clinic. And so morning and afternoon clinic. So whatever time I have to stitch, I will stitch on that at work during lunch, and then I'll stitch on it every Tuesday night when I get home. I'm calling it Save the Tatas Tuesdays, and that's just my name for it. Just try to come up with something that, has some alliteration in it. So, okay, guys, that's all I've got for you today. I'll see you guys on the next clip. Thanks. Hey, everybody. Sorry about that. Today's October the 6th, Thursday, October 6th, and I'm here to give a quick update before I go to work. Slow down. Okay, so let's see. I stitched some more on Support Group, and so I was able to get this whole one done and then only part of this one done on Tuesday, and then I took it to work with me. I'm just going to make it my lunchtime stitch. I may have said that already, but anyway, that was what I was able to get accomplished the last few days. So Yay! I guess my goal will just be 1 row a week. Might not be in one day. And then yesterday I did Whip Go Wednesday, and I worked on Fall into Autumn. This is from Cross Stitcher magazine, September 2020. It's designed by Cheryl McKinnon, who is Tiny Modernist. You can also get this in her Etsy shop. And so there's a whole, there's a whole series of 4 of these band samplers. So let me put this behind it. So last night I was able to get all of that light green done. I only had like 1 petal on the sunflower, so I finished the sunflower and the leaves. I think I had some of this green done down here. I was able to finish all the way across and start the scarecrow. So my goal for the month is to do the scarecrow row. And so, yeah, Wednesdays might not be enough to get both of both of my pieces done as far as what I want to get accomplished on them this month. So, it may just be where I stitch on stuff on Saturdays too. So, yep. So this is a 18 count oatmeal. It's a 18 count Fiddler's Ada light oatmeal, and I'm using 1 strand of DMC flosses. Most of them the call for, some my own choices if I didn't have the call for, but they're all close to the chosen colors. I didn't change any colors or anything yet. Okay, so that is all I have for you guys today, and I will see you on the next clip. Bye. Hello everyone, it is Sunday, October the 9th, and I'm here to give my last update for this video. What is this video? FlossTube 109. So it's been a few days since I've recorded, 3 days. I'll go into, what's been going on life-wise at the end of this little clip. So, I stitched on Elizabeth Weston a few days this past week. This is my big project from Hands Across the Sea. And I'm working, I worked on this basket. I had like half of it, half of the bottom of it done. And so I did 1 color on the top half, and then I started doing some of the flowers. I did some of this lettering. Well, I did all of this lettering right here on Friday. So I stitch on her on Thursdays and Fridays. That's my plan right now. So let me show you a little bit more of her if you haven't seen her yet. It's kind of hard to get her all together in one shot. It's not hard, it's impossible. But this is a 36 count linen that Devin FL over on Instagram had hand dyed for me specifically for this project. I'm using the call for DMC flosses. Excuse me. Just doing one strand over 2, and then the small letters are over 1. Let's see. These little motifs right here are over 1 as well. There's a bird that's over 1. So, I got a little bit done on her. I think I had done part of a page the last, well, I stitched on her in August, I think was the last time. I didn't stitch on her at all fall and September. But in August, I guess I did like half a page or something, or part of a page, and so I'm going to go ahead and finish that page this month. I'm not going to try to get more than just that one page finished. It's a lot. So, I had a few things that I saw online that I wanted to share with you guys. So, one of them was this post that I saw on Facebook that had someone had rescued a bunch of cross stitch throughout the years, and she turned them all into a quilt with just like skinny sashing in between. I just think that was just an amazing idea for her to do that. I've rescued a couple of pieces, and it never even occurred to me to, rescue and save them until I had some to do, make into a quilt. So I thought that was a really neat idea. Also, excuse me, Fat Quarter Shop on their live stream this past Wednesday, they did show the 2023 charity cross stitch piece. Sorry, I'm like losing my train of thought. I don't know if they put it on the blog or not yet, but let's see. I don't think they've put it on the blog. So definitely go watch that though, because they did show what that's going to look like, and it's really, really pretty. Okay, so I did get a little bit of haul in. Speaking of Fat Quarter Shop, I got in my Floss Frenzy Week Style Works Club, and I think, the colors, like these two look very similar. These two look very similar, and then these two look very similar to one another. But, it doesn't matter. I mean, everybody's got more than one skein of a certain color in DMC, right? I mean, there are slight differences, but they just look really, really close to one another. I think next year for 2023, when they start over with clubs, they're going to do alphabetical instead of how they've been doing it, where they've been doing color families. So that's a good way to build up your stash. I also had, way back in June, I think it was, May or June, I saw this quilt online, and I went online and ordered a kit for it. And then they ran into supply issues, and so I just a few days ago got the kit in for this Tilda embroidery flower quilt. I just thought that was just so pretty, and when I was looking at it the other day, I was thinking I could also do a cross stitch. So it came with a bunch of solids. So the other piece of this fell, but this is the background and the binding. And then there's a bunch of, they made little packages so that you can go through them and put them in numerical order. So that will help a lot when cutting it up. So it's a bunch of little bitty squares, so in a bunch of different colors. I'll just show you. Well, I don't know if I want to show you that because it's with the instructions. But you basically put it together. You make like 6 panels, pieced panels, and then you sew those together. So that came in. So then on the 8th, yesterday, I stitched a little bit on a Shannon Christine ornament. This is what I'm going to be stitching on Saturdays from here on out, just because I'm home on Saturdays and I need the daylight. And I did get a few more stitches into number 3. And so I got more of that border done, got more of the little snowflakey things in. It wasn't very many stitches, I think just under 200 stitches. I stitched on that yesterday. I also stitched on, let's see, my winter ABCs. I started that yesterday and got a good bit of progress done on it. That's the chart. And I think I said earlier in this video, I don't think it was on last video, I think it was on this one, but this is just too Christmassy colored for me. I want something that can stay out for winter. And so I'm doing more blues and purples, that type of thing. And so this is on a 36 count that I hand dyed. And this is what I got done. So this I actually ended up using not a chronic, petite treasure braid. I don't know if you can see it on camera or not, but it's sparkly. I had it, I was going to use white for all the snow, but the white just seemed a little too sparse. I don't know. And so I tried doing a strain of white and then some metallic blue DMC that I have. I can't stand stitching with that stuff. So I got out the treasure braid. Treasure braid is really easy to stitch with. It works so much better than any other metallic I've used. So I did put in the F right here, but then I realized that it actually makes a word, and so that's going to be in a different color. So I had to go back in and take it out. I still need to put the trunks on the trees and then put what's in the sleigh. But yeah, I thought I got good progress for my first day of stitching on it. And let's see. So today I worked on getting the Project Linus quilt top put together. You can't see what you're seeing, but so now I will spend some time making the sandwich and getting that quilted on the machine. So I was excited to get that done today because it's just been sort of sitting. Also worked on my band sampler from Just Cross Stitch. I don't know what I did with my clipboard that has my information on it, but anyway. This is Where Flowers Bloom. It's a band sampler with specialty stitches on it. And I know I had said earlier that I wanted to do the entire, each part in one stitching setting. That's not going to happen with this because these cashmere stitches take forever. But yeah, I'll just do what I can do when I can do it. And that's a 28 count ivory even weave that I got from Hobby Lobby. And I'm using my own choices of anchor flosses. These are the 4 that I'm using for the cashmere stitches. Just sort of picked a light and a dark of each shade, color, whatever. kind of a dusty colored palette. I don't know, part of me wishes that I just picked like 4 or 5 colors and just used those over and over, but oh well. So let's see, I think I've gotten a little bit more. I think I didn't write this down, but I did get a little bit more done on the support group piece. So I was able to finish the bra right here, except for the accent, just because I didn't have the floss that I needed with me. And then I started on this bra. So I had to go into town on Friday, and I had a doctor's appointment with my rheumatologist. Then I had a massage appointment, and then I was picking up groceries at Walmart. I was supposed to pick up between 2 and 3 o'clock, and I waited until like 4:30 and just said, I just gotta go. It was delayed, and I just couldn't wait anymore because I was just really exhausted. I haven't been sleeping well, and so the rheumatologist and I discussed that. He gave me some trazodone to try at bedtime. I took it last night, and it seemed to, it did. I mean, I slept all night. I didn't get up once. So I just hope that I can, you know, not feel hungover in the morning. I might take like only a half tonight. We also discussed, and I can't remember if I've said already on this video or not, that Kim, my older daughter, had seen him, and I don't think I did, because Kim and I talked about this during the week, and I don't think I've filmed since then. I may have, I don't know, y'all. If I've said this already, I'm so sorry, but anyway. Kim had an x-ray of her hips, and it showed some jagged edges where it should be smooth. And so he got an MRI on her hips Friday. And so depending on what her MRI shows, he's basically looking for the AS, the ankylosing spondylitis, which is what he thought that I had when I first started going to him. And my hip x-ray didn't show any abnormalities, and so he wanted to get an MRI, and the insurance didn't approve it. And so we didn't really fully investigate that. It is hereditary, and so if he finds anything on Kim's MRI, then he's going to go back and revisit that with me. But while I was with him, I talked to him about, I told him about my fall that happened in June. I told him about my memory issues, my balance issues, and while I was in his office, I was trying to tell him something, and I couldn't get the words out. Like I don't know what it is about mostly and mainly, but there's some kind of way that those get twisted when I say them, and like I kept trying to say the right word, and I couldn't, like, I don't know, it was just weird. And so he's getting an MRI of, wanting to get an MRI of the brain with and without contrast. I have not had contrast before. That makes me a little nervous. Well, I probably have had contrast when I had a heart cath done, but to be in that MRI tube and have that, I don't know. Anyway, I mean, I'm going to do whatever we need to do to figure out if anything's happened. Basically, he's looking for anything that's like post-COVID syndrome issues. So, yeah. Today we had Malachi's 10th birthday party. Today is his actual birthday. He didn't really have anything that he was wanting, and so he came with Kim and I one day when we went to Hobby Lobby, and he was sort of awestruck by it, and so I got him a gift card to Hobby Lobby. And It seemed like there was something else I was going to tell you guys. I don't know, just other than, you know, the not sleeping well and then, you know, waking up exhausted, you know, having a bunch of stuff to do on Friday. That's why I kind of didn't get a whole lot of progress in on Elizabeth. And yeah. Also didn't tell you guys that Kim has started working at the clinic where I work. So she came on Thursday. She came into town with me on Thursday, and I think she's going to like it. So she's really been looking for something, and so I'm excited for her. She has to take Dwayne tomorrow to an appointment with a neurosurgeon. He's got some disc issues in his neck. Again, he's had them before, and now it's affecting the disc right below where he had surgery before. So she's taking him for that tomorrow, and he's hoping that he can, you know, get this done and over with as soon as possible. I mean, he's got something that's broken off and is sort of floating around in there, and so, you know, there is a danger that it could, you know, hit something, sever something, and paralyze him. So we don't want that. I feel like my energy's really, really low right now. So I apologize for that. It seems like there was something else I wanted to say, but now I can't remember. And so I'm just going to go ahead and close this video out, and I will start the next video tomorrow. I kind of thought about doing a giveaway on this video since it's my third FlossTube anniversary, but I haven't been able to get the stuff together to do anything, and so I'm just gonna ask for your grace with me, and yeah, I'll do a giveaway in the future. So, gonna let you guys go, close this out, get it uploaded. I love all of you. Thank you for being here and supporting me, my channel, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks. Bye.